Hello. So today we are going to work on geometric series and figure out when a geometric series is divergent or convergent. First of all, let's define geometric series. Any series which is of the form A plus AR plus so on, and the general term is A times AR the power n minus 1. What does that mean? For example, you notice that every term is being multiplied by the previous term by a r. So it's going to look like A plus AR plus AR square plus AR cube and so on. And the generic term is A times R power n minus 1. Okay. So you guys notice what's happening? Each term is multiplied from the previous term by an R. Or you can say, if you take a ratio of each term to the previous term, the ratio will always be equal to R. And that is called common ratio. So all geometric series can be determined by two main parameters. The one is A, that is called the first term, and the one is R, which is called the common ratio. Okay. So that is the series. Series is clearly, remember, series is when you're talking about sum of some particular terms. Now, we are going to talk about geometric series convergent or divergent. Whenever we talk about the convergent or divergence, we're talking about at infinity what is happening. If you keep on, you notice we are summing all the terms until infinity here, right? So we say the series n from 1 to infinity A times R power n minus 1. This format tells me that this is a geometric series. This converges only if the absolute value of R is less than 1. If absolute value of R is more than or even equal to 1, then this series is gonna diverge. Okay, that is the main conclusion you're gonna remember. If the series converges, then you can find the sum. The sum up to infinity is given by A divided by 1 minus R. Here is the sum. This is the sum of the series at infinity. So this is the main concept. Let's use in some examples and see if you understand it. So here we have our first example. This is a given series. The question is, does it converge or diverge? And if it converges, then find the sum of the series up to infinity. Now you guys notice that, let's notice what is the first term. It's 4. The second term is 3. Okay, doesn't seem pretty any relationship there. The next term is 9 by 4 and then is 27 by 16. Let's see, if we divide the second term by first term, we get 3 by 4. If we divide 9 by 4 by 3, we still get 3 by 4. If we divide 27 by 16 by 9 by 4, we are still going to get 3 by 4. So you guys notice all these ratios, second term by first term, third term by second term, the ratio of all consecutive terms is coming out to be same. So we are going to define that as a common ratio. R is given as 3 by 4 and the first term is 4. So this is our example of a geometric series. Okay. Now we need to check if it diverges or converges. We need to check absolute value of R. Absolute value of R here is 3 by 4, which is less than 1 clearly. You know 3 by 4 is like 0.75, so which is less than 1. If it is less than 1, we are going to say the given series converges. Now, because it converges, you are able to find the sum. The sum is equal to A by 1 minus R. A in this case is 4 divided by 1 minus 3 by 4. So the answer should be 4 by 1 by 4, and that should be 16. Here we have another example. This is an alternating series. If you notice, the signs are changing alternatively. So this is an example of an alternating series. Let's notice what is the ratio between the first and the second term. That's -4/3. Always divide second by first, third by second, and so on. Let's see, third by second, 16/3 divided by -4. That's also going to be -4/3. -16 4/9 divided by 16/3. That's also going to be so we notice that all these are equal to each other. So we're going to call that common ratio R. R here is -4/3 and the first term is 3. So this is a geometric series with R as -4/3. What is the absolute value of R? That's going to be absolute value of -4/3, which is 4/3, which you guys notice is 1.3 something, clearly more than 1. So if R's absolute value is more than 1, we're going to simply write geometric series is divergent. So given series here is divergent. We are not able to find the sum. So don't try and find the sum using the formula a by 1 minus r. I understand that you can still calculate this formula, but that formula is not applicable because absolute value of r is not less than 1. So don't try to find the sum using that formula. That series is divergent, meaning that you're not able to actually find the sum. The sum doesn't converge to a finite number. We have another example of a geometric series. You will notice this is geometric by finding the ratio. 0.5/2 will be 1/4. Ratio of these two will also be 1/4 and so on. So our common ratio is 1/4 for the given series. Absolute value of R is 1/4, which is less than 1. Less than 1 meaning the series is convergent. So given series is convergent, so therefore we are able to find the sum. If it's convergent, then only try to find the sum. The sum is equal to a divided by 1 minus r. A here is number 2. A is equal to 2. So that means the sum is 2 divided by 1 minus 1/4. 2 divided by 3/4. The answer should be 8/3. Here we have another example. Now this series is given in the summation format. Let's see if we can try to expand it first and see what it looks. When I put 1 in there, this would be -3/4 power 1 and this power 0 plus -3 power 1/4 power 2 plus -3 power 2/4 power 3 and so on. So anything power 0 is 1. So first term is 1/4, -3/16 plus 9/64 and so on. Okay, so this is my series. You guys notice if I find the ratio of this by this, 3/16 with the negative sign divided by 1/4 is 3/4 with a negative sign, and 9/64 divided by -3/16 is also -3/4. We can keep going, and this is same for all consecutive terms. That means our common ratio is -3/4, and our first term a here is 1/4. So this is an example of a geometric series still. Okay, this is geometric series with R as -3/4. Absolute value of R will be absolute value of -3/4. Although this is an alternating series, you guys notice, but when you take in absolute value, this is just 3/4, which is clearly less than 1. Therefore, the given series converges Once it converges, you should be able to find the sum. Sum is equal to a divided by 1 minus r. A is 1 by 4 divided by 1 minus r is negative 3 by 4 here. Pay attention, this is negative. 1 by 4 by 1 plus 3 by 4, which is going to be 1 by 4 by 7 by 4. The answer will be 1 by 7. Here we have another example of a series which is given in the summation format. I like to see expanded a little bit to notice how it behaves. When I put 0 in here, 3 to the power 0 plus 1 is 1 divided by negative 2 power 0 plus 3 to the power 2 by negative 2 to the power 1 plus 3 to the power 3 by negative 2 to the power 2 and so on to infinity. This is 3 by 1 plus 9 by negative 2, so I can write it negative actually, plus 27, negative 2 power 2 square will be positive 4 and so on. Okay, let's find the ratio between the consecutive terms. 9 by 2 by 3 is 3 by 2 and 27 by 4 by negative 9 by 2 will be sorry, this was negative 9 by 2, so this is negative 3 by 2 here too. So all the ratios are same. Common ratio is negative 3 by 2. This is a geometric series, okay, with a as 3 and common ratio as negative 3 by 2. Absolute value of r here is absolute value of negative 3 by 2, which is going to be 1.5, clearly more than 1. Therefore, the given series diverges. If it diverges, do not try to find the sum of the series.